This is the Gaming Rev, and today we're looking at Watch Dogs Legion, a game set in a dystopian version of London. I must warn you that the game does contain language that some people may find offensive. So we're about to start the first proper-ish mission. We're going to start recruiting the new members of DedSec, but to do that, first of all we need to hack into the main computer system that controls London, CTOS. So we're going to take our little spider bot round, God bless him, and we're going to hack into this terminal first of all, upload the virus which will give us access to the panels. There we are. So we jump up onto the side, up onto the little walkway piece, and we're going to run all the way up to the top, around to the other side, and go and press or hack into the first piece. Spider bots are really useful for getting into little places where you can't get personally. They can get in, they can unlock doors for you, carrying out certain activities that you would be easily spotted doing. Obviously being a lot smaller, they can do better things. They can also be upgraded to different versions which contain gun turrets and so on. So obviously there are a lot of things that can be done with these guys to make life that little bit easier. I have driven around London with one stuck to the top of a car, using it as a machine gun turret to take out drones as they were chasing me. Okay, so the armour plating stuff is going up. The piece is coming down, and we're going to hack into it. And there we see the Bloom Tower that we've just hacked into, which broadcasts the data all across London for all of the bots and so on. And we're looking for contacts now, people that can join DedSec. Now, when you're selecting your initial contacts, you get a random selection of characters, random selection of abilities. If by some miracle you get somebody on there who's a construction worker, I doubt you'll get police officer, medic, Albion employee or so on. But if you get a construction worker, take them on straight away. Otherwise, what you're looking for is possibly silenced weapons. You'll find that some people have pistols with silencers, machine guns with silencers, or possibly paintball guns, dart guns, that sort of thing, which are naturally silenced weapons. This guy had the perk for shorter jail time. That's useful if you get arrested. Your team will get out a lot faster. Drone betray hack. Now that's useful. That means that you can get the drones to actually fight on your side. That's quite a good one to have at the start. Personal sports vehicle, yeah, if you're good at driving games, get it. If not, don't. There we are. Dart gun. So less than lethal dart gun. It's a silent weapon. Absolutely brilliant to have. So my choices are going to be the chappie with a silenced weapon, Ned Green. I'm going to go for Vinicius Ferreira because of his hacking abilities. And I'm going to go with Karu Powell because of his police contacts, the shorter arrest times. You will recruit more people as the game goes on. These are just the three that you start out with, and to be honest, you may not use them all the time. So we go into another cutscene. As I say, there are a lot of these. It's annoying. And you see the Albion security forces coming round, and Crew decides to go and hide out the way. There we go. What I've not quite understood is we've just hacked the Bloom Tower.
Glad to see you're alive.
And
if you're still committed to the cause, DedSec needs you.
we're walking away from, or towards it rather. But anyway, we're going to get in the car. Now here's one of my sort of gripes about the game. They've tried to make it quite realistic in terms of the layout of London, the tube stations, the way people react to you driving on the pavement, although in London that's probably not that uncommon. But I can drive like a complete and utter idiot. I can do whatever the max speed of this car is. I can ram lampposts. I can drive past the Albion security forces at stupid speeds, and they don't give a monkeys. They don't care. I would have expected to have been chased. You've got all these drones, all this surveillance watching you, and yet some nutter doing 100 miles an hour down a street in London isn't suspicious.
Auto drive now enabled.
Yeah, go figure. Anyway, there are two ways of driving. You can drive manually, which allows you to do stupid speeds and get there a lot faster. You can use auto drive. Auto drive is a lot safer, a lot easier. You don't have to pay attention if you've got a long journey. Set auto drive, go make a cup of coffee, come back. However, auto drive isn't that good. It can have issues with changing lanes. It can swivel all over the road like it is now. I'm going to park up on this piece here, so I've got out of auto drive. It will get you there, but it's not the best method. If you can drive manually, do. I suggest not nicking high-speed cars. I suggest stealing mopeds or knackered old things, unless you're good at driving games. So we've got to the pub that Sabine was sending us to, which is the safe house for DedSec, and we've got to unlock the lock. And this is the first of these sort of puzzle types. We've seen it before, in Parliament, I think it was. Possibly we had to do this. If not, this is the first time we've seen it. Yay! And all you do is you're redirecting the blue line into these things. You're unlocking it, rotating these symbols so that the blue lines go everywhere. Yay, wonderful. And it will unlock the door. They're quite simple once you can find all the pieces that you're going to. As the game progresses, the puzzles do get that little bit harder. There's more blue lines that you've got to activate. There's more points that you've got to go through and so on. But on the whole, they're not too bad. So we've gone down into the safe house downstairs. We're going to go and turn the electricity on. There's no point wandering around in the dark. And here for the first time we meet, as our character, we meet Bagley.
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
Now, obviously, Bagley, having just been turned on, hasn't got a clue what's happened in the last few months. So he asks us to turn his server on. While I'm up here, I'm going to run along. You'll find blue crates like this dotted around. They contain different masks that you can wear when you're carrying out missions. So if you see them, you pick them up. And they do show up on the map as well. So we're going to start his servers up for him, bless him. Now, as part of this tutorial for fighting and how to operate things and so on, you will access the clothing menu and so on, and I will actually cut that out because it's a waste of time, but I will explain it briefly to you.
Since DedSec did not perpetrate the bombings, the question is, who did?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton, well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved.
So Bagley explains to us roughly what's happened, and what we need to do. So Sabine's going to have a little chat with us. Bless her.
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Bagley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as Zero Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Dreadful business. How did you make it out alive?
Now, one thing I'm not... Another thing I'm not keen on with the game. The game itself is great. But the voice acting... They're very stereotypical. You have the posh, you know, the posh person's accent. You have the broad Cockney laugh, and various things in between. They're all real stereotypes of British accents. I'm sure they're real voice actors using their real voices. It just feels like they've gone for the extremes of them. You could listen to the voice and tell the person what character they were playing. Having said that, as a real plus, there is a wide variety of voice actors. You've got West Indian sounding actors, you've got the posh Londoners, you've got the Cockneys, you've got Eastern European accents, so you've got quite a good range of different people speaking. So that's a bonus. So we're going to go and pick up our gear now, and it'll explain a bit about gear to us, and I'll run through that with you as well. So basically your gear is split into a few types. You've got weapons, gadgets, and obviously your clothing. When you go around the city, you'll find the little green diamond marker on places, and that means that there are tech points that be collected that can upgrade your weapons and equipment. You'll have a starting set of equipment which everybody picks up. That can be modified over time. I've gone into the tech menu now. Now I'm going to choose the spider bot because it's quite handy, but I could upgrade my gun or different things as well. As you get more tech bots and as you unlock the boroughs as you go through, and I'll explain that in another video, more equipment becomes available. Some of them are absolutely brilliant, being able to take over gun turrets and like better drones. So to alter your weapon, so you click on the person you want, you press the spacebar or whatever button is for you to edit, you choose the item you want to pop in, so click on the gadget, choose the spider bot, job done. And that can be done multiple times for different equipment, and it doesn't have to be done at your base. You can do it wherever you want. So then we're going to look at masks and things like that. So we're going to go over to the clothing stall here. Now that's the sort of dispenser over this way. Basically, it comes up with a shop. You can click on it. The same way as you chose gadgets, you can choose clothes. You can alter your clothing. As you go around the city, you'll see clothes shops where you can stop off, and once you've unlocked them, pardon me, once you've unlocked them, you can then buy clothes from the machine or from the shops to change your style and your outfits. It doesn't do a whole lot of much other than looking different.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub.
So we're going to pop down now, and we're going to meet up with the last that we met up in the top of the pub. She's a championship boxer, and she's going to teach us how to fight. The fighting system's fairly easy. If you're using a computer, left click to attack, and it's a standard progression game training. Do the same thing 3 times to prove you understand what you're doing and you're not an idiot. E is guard breaking, so where the person's got their hands up defending, you press E and it will do something to break through their defense. Headbutt them, knee them. You get the idea. Now this one is important, dodging. If you press the spacebar as they're coming into dodge, as they're coming into attack, you'll dodge the attack and you can counter attack. And it is really useful because it will avoid you taking damage. And some of the missions do involve boxing type matches, bare knuckle fighting. So now, having learnt what I'm doing, I've got to defeat Connie. And I've got to be honest, the matches in the rings, especially the bare knuckle fights, aren't that hard. I mean, I'm rubbish, and I can do it. Now, if you've got more than one opponent, it can be a bit of a problem. If you're fighting out on the streets, obviously you're going to get drones joining in to help the Albion security forces out. So from that point of view, it can be a bit of an issue. But that's combat training done. It's quite simple.
Only one more skill you need to master.
Socialization, this really is the most pointless one ever. You just walk up to the person, press E to talk to them. Your two teammates will go, ba ba ba. End of conversation. It lasts about 13 seconds, if that. And you go to the next one. In reality, talking to people is quite useful because it will help you to recruit them to join DedSec. However, you need to scan them first to make sure that they're actually friendly to DedSec. And again, that will come up in a different video.
We're all learning on the job.
Now that you're all as thick as cyber thieves,
So now we're going to have another cutscene where Sabine talks to us about what we're going to get doing and what our next mission will be. So I'm going to let this play through.
Well done, team.
Our next
Good to see the
mission
safe house filling up
will
again.
be in the
The only
next
way we're going to
episode,
keep London
strangely
from
enough,
falling into total
when we'll
oppression
be
is by
attacking
using
the intelligence headquarters to try and get hold of some new technology that they've found.
people up.
So that's it for me. This is the Gaming Rev. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll come and join me for my next video. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Listen, as long
I
as
hope
the
you
stops
enjoy
people
Watch Dogs
exploiting the
Legion
city,
if you
I'll
play
be
it.
happy.
Arbulans controlling you who are sitting,
Take care.
silencing anyone who dares to question them.
We have another problem on our hands. Clan Kelly's growing in the vacuum Albion's made.
fair, but remember that this zero-day hacker group is still out there. They took out DedSec once, and it's a good bet they'll try again. I believe they were responsible for the bombings and framed DedSec. With your help, I plan to get to the bottom of this mystery.
I'd say that's a full docket. Enough talk. Let's unfuck London.
First order of business. The Signals Intelligence Response Service, or SIRS, or the Earl Grey Gestapo, have developed a surveillance technology called AR Reconstruction. It's the bleeding edge of privacy rights violation, and thus it could be very useful in our attempts to find Zero Day.